Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here, back with another part of What If Naruto was raised by the sannin. And if you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And yeah guys, I'm going to be double uploading today as well, and the next part will be a movie, so stay tuned for that. It is a short movie, that's why I'm uploading this part today as well. If you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's continue our story. Chapter 8. The smoke cleared, and standing there with the other three boss summons was a beautiful female fox, the reddish brown fur, white marks, and black paws. Beautiful, Naruto breathed. The summon looked down, and everyone would swear it smiled. Why, thank you, the giant fox said. Naruto blushed. I am Naruto Uzumaki, my first summoner. Hello, young master, she said. Kamabunta snorted. Shira spoke up then. Hey, Bunta, why don't you show me the respect she just showed the Gaki? Because you're a pervert, Gamabunta said to his summoner while Manda and Katsuyu chuckled. Can I ask your name? Naruto asked the giant fox. Izumi. You can call me Izumi, Naruto-sama. The giant fox said, looking down fondly. I know Uncle, the pervert, and Kasan had take their test to earn their respect of their contracts. Naruto began, but was cut off. Your test was taken the day you were born, Naruto. You hold the Kyubi, a demon fox, at bay. Your strength has been proven. When Monk Sanzo contacted the spirit realm and asked for us to be your summon, me and all my children agreed. You proved to us that kindness of your heart, the strength of your will. You are the fox summoner now, Naruto. Izumi said, crouching down low so her face was close to Naruto. The teenager surprised everyone when he stepped forward and hugged the giant fox muzzle. Thank you, Izumi-sama. I will do my best to use you and your children to live up to the Fox clan name and deserve your honor at my best. Demon foxes like the Kyubi were different than summon foxes. Otto saw that day, and right away, as Naruto and his summon bonded. Tsunade stood back with tears in her eyes. A handkerchief appeared and she saw Jiraiya with a smile. Our Gak is something else. Hey, Tsunade, the Tosei said with a soft grin as he watched as the fox stood with Naruto on her head. The fox bonded off. Naruto's shout of joy was heard by all. Yeah, he is, isn't he? Tsunade said, taking the piece of cloth and wiping her eyes. Orochimaru stood by them. We've each helped raise him, and when he's older, he looked at his fellow Sannin. I want him to be the next Otokage. The three watched as Naruto spent time bonding with his summon, their own standing by watching as well. Orochi, Tsunade said. The Otokage looked on as he watched Anko by Manda and smiled as he saw the big snake roll over and his knees scratch the Snake King while he purred like a kitten. What? He asked. What are we going to do about Konoha? Orochimaru sighed. I'm not sure. We have several options. None of them I really like. Our main concern is get Naruto in and out of there safely along with everyone else who goes with him. Means you too, Orochiteme, Chura said. All you care. Warms the cockles of my heart. Orochimaru said with a smirk. Cold heart. Chura said, crossing his arms. Yeah, but warms hands. He said with a grin. Both of you behave. Tsunade said, her eyes watching her boy. Orochi, yes, Hime? He said, giving her his full attention. The Sannin are returning. Put me in charge of a team. Scratch that. I want Naruto's team. Orochimaru reported then. I was going to be in charge of that team. Actually, I was, Jiraiya said. The three Sannin exchanged a look. Poker? Orochimaru offered with a grin. Same stakes? Jiraiya offered. Oh, hell no! Tsunade said as her teammate laughed. Off to the other side, Shizune and a few others watched them. What a strange family. Shizune looked at Kabuto. Yeah, but then it works. Now, about the attention you've given my niece, Kabuto-chan. Kabuto swallowed as Shizune pulled out several senbon needles with her other arm over his shoulder. I think we need to have a small discussion on what you will and won't do with my precious niece, Kabuto-chan, Shizune said, and Kabuto knew better than anyone else to correct Shizune on the form of address she just given him. The Sound Five stood silent as their task was set. Their loyalty was unquestioned. The leader Kimimaru had sworn blood allegiance to Tsunade the day she cured him of his disease. Nothing will happen to your son, my lady. The only way that will happen is if I am dead and buried. Link break, Konoha. Sarutobi sighed as he looked at the acceptance forms from numerous villages. He came upon one with a musical note. My students, you are the new village that we've heard so much about. The ones who accepted the Kazekage's children as he feared them. The ones who rescued Wade Country from the manipulations of crime lord Gato after Konoha's own ninja failed in that task. Saratobi sighed. I miss all of you. He marked it down on the gate passes and sighed. The new council members that picked up the vacant seats before not mess with them. Kami, I pray they don't mess this up. Link break. Time had come for the Chunin exams in Konoha. The Otonin were walking in their squads. Naruto, under his mother's watchful eye, was teamed with Gaara and Kin. The three had worked hard over the last few weeks, becoming a solid team, each covering the other weaknesses. Tamari, Haku, and Ryu, another of Naruto's classmates, formed a team under Anko's command. His sister had demanded the two girls, saying, "So I can keep a better eye on them and keep them away from my little brother." That was before she heard Kin had been placed on Naruto's and Gaara's team, cussing her to swear. Churel led the third Oto team, which consisted of Kankuro, Kabuto, and Dosu, a man who never got a chance to try due to poor test skills, as he was dyslexic, thus failing out all the time. Orochimaru was with his personal guard, along with Shizune, who was acting as his personal assistant. Kabuto was added as a Genin to keep an eye on the team's batter once they were in the field, and Kabuto and Dosu both agreed as they made Chunin the previous year. Tamari had waited, as she had wanted to team with Naruto, and Haku's medical training with Tsunade and Shizune had kept her from trying the year before as well. Doesn't seem fair, does it, Orochiteme? Jiraiya said, walking next to his teammate. What doesn't? Orochimaru asked from beneath his straw hat. That we're only entering one true Genin team, a second partial Genin team, and a third team to protect them all. Do you trust Konoha to not try anything? The Orochimaru asked. Jiraiya sighed. No, you're right. I thought Sensei cleaned them all out. The last assassin led us right back to the Konoha Council. Both men were not pleased with the assassination attempt on the blonde they considered as their son/nephew. I still like Suhime's answer for dealing with them, Orochimaru said as they continued to walk, the gates of Konoha coming into the sight. Jiraiya winced, popping their heads like grapes and mailing the remains to Konoha with postage. Due is kinda, what am I saying? That is just like her. Both men smirked, then looked over their shoulders to see their teammate listening to the blonde boy next to her who was talking a mile in a minute. I hear Iwa's been sniffing around, Jiraiya said. Orochimaru nodded. I warned them off. I also got a warning about a mutual annoyance called Natas was seen in Kiri not too long ago. Both men growled. They did not forget the man who years past tried to take the boy. You think he'll be here as well? Jiraiya asked. None of my spies have been able to track him. Halt! The gate guards appeared before the Oto group. State your name and purpose to entering in Konoha. I am Otokage from the Hidden Sound Village and with Genin team and their instructors and my personal card. We are here for the Chunin exams. He handed the guard the invitation scroll. Orochimaru, the guard said. Lady Tsunade, Master Jiraiya, you're back. The guard said with a grin, welcome home. No, Orochimaru said, Konoha isn't our home anymore. It is a place that tried to kill our child the last time we were here. Now this time, if that happens outside the exam, it will be seen as an act of war. Tell that to the council. The snake sannin took the passes and handed them to Shizune. Where will we be staying? The Red Oak. Orochimaru and his team walked past. Sir, the Hokage would like to speak with you and your companions. He had word waiting at the gate should you show up. We'll see him after we checked in, Orochimaru said, cutting off the Chunin. He scowled as they passed people who bowed. It was the tightened of Tsunade knuckles that told him that stupid villagers noticed Naruto and were still holding on to their vile and idiotic crutch. Ari Suhime, he said, showing and slowing his pace so that the sound five surrounded him. Tsunade, Naruto, and his teammates. The first idiot that tries anything, Tsunade began, will be dealt with by my cards. You don't have to worry about that. Orochimaru said. The Oto contingent reached the inn and checked in. They found a Jonin wearing a mask with silver hair waiting for them. He had his headband covering his left eye. Hatake, Tsunade said with a growl. Chapter 9. Hatake, Orochimaru said, putting a hand on Tsunade's shoulder after her initial growl of greeting. What do you want? Tsunade said rudely. Is this him? The silver-haired Jonin asked, looking at Naruto. The three Sannin were on alert. Remember what Sarutobi said 13 years ago about Kakashi's word and actions. None of your concern, Shiraz said, putting a hand on Naruto's shoulders. The other Otonin tensed. Kakashi's lone eyes scanned over Naruto. He looks so much like Minato-sensei, he said. He should. He is his son. A voice said from behind them. Rin? Naruto said and rushed to greet her. Rin? Kakashi said, surprised to see her. She vanished several years after the Sannin had left. Of course, she hadn't spoken to him since that night, 13 years ago. Hello, Hatake, she said, then walked up and hugged Naruto. Look at you, Naruto. It's been 3 years since I passed through Oto. You have grown. I'm 13, Ren, he said as she ruffled his hair. Got a girlfriend yet, Trunt? She asked, putting an arm over his shoulder, ignoring Kakashi, who was looking at her in surprise and shock. No, and Uncle Ne-chans. Keep chasing them away, he said. How? Kakashi asked, looking at his former teammate. Where did you go? I thought you were killed on a mission. Trying to find out where she went, Rin stopped messing around with the blonde at her side and glared at him. As far as the people and ninja of Konoha know, I am dead. I died the day my teammate tried to kill our sensei's son. I died when my clan banished me when I couldn't meet their standards. She turned her back on her psycholoptic former teammate. Sorry, I haven't been through Oto nearly. I was gathering reports for the old pervert here, Rin said. Which one? Naruto asked with a cheeky grin. I'm not a pervert, Jiraiya said, then grinned as he rounded on the blonde's youth. I'm a super pervert. Tsunade fist drove him to the ground where he lay groaning. Stifle it, she said and smiled at Rin. We do need to get caught on, don't we, Rin? She said, and the younger woman nodded. I'll see you soon. I owe you all for saving me. The three Sannin, Shizune, Naruto, and Anko knew what she meant. Flashback. I can't believe there are towns like this still around, Shizune said as they slipped down an alley. They were in a mining town near the southern border of the country. Daimyo has tried, but they kept popping up between the mining, gambling, and prostitution. There are also slave rings and other unsavory people. Shiraya said, looking around to make sure no one is near. Naruto, Anko, stay close. Don't wandering off this time, Sarada said as she too gazed at the various alcoves and dark shadows. They were entering the center of the town, where there was a large gathering. What is going on here? Shizune wondered. Not crew. Oh crap! Shiraya said, putting a hand on Anko and Naruto's shoulder and pulled them back. Slave auction, he hissed to the other Sannin. End of the flashback. They rescued me and 100 other people. I swore loyalty to them at that day. Rin said, her eyes hardening as she looked at her former teammate. It was the mission the council set me on, alone and underprepared. Kashi looked uncertain as to what to say. You're blocking that way, Hatake. We need to check in, Orochimaru said. What are you doing here? I came to cheer on my teams. I know the Kages usually don't arrive until the finals of the Chunin exams, but I am not letting Naruto or the others come here without me. Why? Kakashi asked in surprise. Simple, Hatake. We no longer trust Konoha. Now you can go and tell Sarutobi that the Otokage is here, and we will meet him in an hour. Orochimaru turned and the other followed. 3 of Orochimaru's bodyguards stood watching the Konoha nin. They all wore cloaks. Leave, Kimemaru said, or we'll make you. Jirobo said, smacking his fist into his another hand. Seikan stood silent, watching Kakashi, who finally nodded his head and vanished in a leaf sunshine break. Naruto sat on his bed and sighed. So, that was my father's other student. His voice was soft. Anko put a hand on her brother's shoulder. Tsunade-san said, we'll run into him eventually. Naruto nodded. We're going to be okay, Gaki. Sharing with Kasan and Haku-chan. Obviously, he asked. Anko growled. Better than their alternatives, which was? The blonde asked his sister. They wanted to share a room with you, Anko growled. Naruto smiled at his sister's protective nature. And you don't think I would like that? Anko bobbed him on the head. You've been spending way too much time around Aeropops. She sat next to him. Hey, you'd be careful during the exams, alright? I don't want to lose my brother. Naruto put an arm around her shoulder. I'll be careful. I got Gaara and Kin-chan with me on my team, remember? The sibling sat in silence. So, you think Aeropop's already peeping? Naruto asked. Anko snorted. Knowing him, he took Kankuro with him as a lookout. Tamari knocked and entered. Hey, Hey Tamari-chan, Naruto said, ignoring his sister's call. Have either of you seen Gaara? She asked. Anko and Naruto shook their heads. Damn it. Want help finding him? Naruto asked, standing up. Please, you and your family are the only ones he listened to. The fan user grumbled. He listens to you most of the time, since his seal was fixed. Naruto said in defense of his friend. I know. Hell, he listens better than Kankro. Tamari said, grabbing a pair of fans that were 3 feet long and slipped them across her back. Let the others know. We're going to look for him, Anko said. Wait outside. The two blondes nodded as the snake user slipped away. Thanks, Naruto. You and your family have done so much for us. Naruto waved it off. Uncle Orochi saw how your father treated you, and it was the best trade he ever made, getting rid of a couple of poor ninjas for the three of you, who are not only skilled ninja, but because you were amongst my first friend. The pair waited outside the hotel, and they saw several villagers looking at them, and when they saw Naruto, they scowled. You see me as the fox, Naruto said sadly, like Suna saw Gaara as that overgrown sand rat. Tamari muttered, Hey, Naruto, Tamari said as they waited. What is it, Tamari-chan? Would, would you like to go out to eat tonight? You know, just the two of us, maybe? The fan user asked. Naruto didn't get to reply as Anko joined them and grabbed her brother by his arm and dragged him down the street. Come on, Mindy. We need to find Raccoon Boy. Anko said, not letting go her brother's arm and dragging him off. Link break. Up and down streets they walked when they were in a back alleyway when a younger boy ran into Naruto. Hey, watch where you're going, the brown-haired boy said looking up at Naruto. Watch where I'm going, Naruto said with a smirk. You ran into me. No, I didn't, the boy said. Naruto sighed, reaching down and picking the kid up by his collar and lifting him into the air just as several people came around the corner. One was a girl his age with pink hair. The other were a boy and a girl, this kid age. And finally a guy wearing a pink shirt and black pants put him down. The pink-haired girl screeched. Just helping him up, Naruto said, putting him on the feet. Yeah, that's right, you better apologize, the boy said. Konohamaru, the pink-haired girl said. And why is that? Because he's the Hokage's grandson, the boy said in the pink shirt. Grandson? Yeah, that's right, Konohamaru said, puffing his chest, a snicker on his face. That changed as Naruto pulled him up again by his shirt and held him up at the icon. I don't care if you're the Hokage's grandmother. You ran into me, you little snort. Perhaps I should pound some manners into you, since it's obvious this village has yet to learn any. Naruto's hand was hit by a stone, but he didn't let go of the kid, identified as Konohamaru. He looked up to see a pair of Sharingan eyes and a duck butt hairstyle boy, his age up at a branch. Let him go or I'll make you. Naruto snorted. You can try, but my friend behind you would crush you before you manage to twitch. He saw the boy's confusion as he turned to see the darkened gaze of a redhead. Can't you stay out of trouble? The redhead asked. You know me. Need to meet new people and make new enemies all at the same time, Naruto said to Gaara. They both were enjoying the look of shock on the raven-haired boy's face. We were looking for you. You really need to tell someone where you are going, especially since we're not at home, you know. Naruto scolded the younger boy. Gaara didn't answer but vanished in a sand sunshine and reappeared next to Naruto. Naruto looked at the boy and rapped him on the forehead. Don't be so rude next time, Squirt, Naruto said and put him down on his feet. Then with Gaara, Tamari and Anko turned to go. Sasuke Uchiha leapt from the tree and landed in front of his teammates and next to the stunned Konohamaru. Hey you, Blondie, what's your name? The Auto group turned and looked back. Who, me? Tamari asked. No, the other blonde. I don't swing that way, Naruto said. Besides, it's bad manners to demand things without first introducing yourself. Don't care, Naruto said, cutting him off. We have more important things to do than play with a bunch of rude Konoha genin and children. Naruto was turning back when he saw way blocked by Naruto was turning when he saw his way blocked by Kakashi Hatake. Sensei, the pink-haired girl yelled. The lone eye was on Naruto. Being rude younger self, Naruto, Kakashi said. Uncle hissed. I really don't think you have room to talk about that, Cyclops, and I know for a fact that his mother wants you nowhere near him. Kakashi ignored her and took a step towards Naruto. I wish to speak with you. Chapter 10. The Auto contingent formed ranks around Naruto while Anko pulled out a pair of wicked-looking knives. Leave, she hissed. Kakashi looked at her, then at the knives, then over her head. I want to speak with you, Naruto, he said. Not happening, Anko said. Naruto heard from his mother and Rin how Hatake thought he should be killed hours after his father sealed the cube inside him. I don't have anything to say to you, Jonin Hatake. Naruto said. He flared his chakra. It was a signal him and his family developed when he and Anko was young, and they were faced with a threat beyond their skills. Naruto knew Anko was skilled, but Hatake had the Sharingan from his dead teammate, and they were in Konoha. Naruto flared his chakra in the set of pattern and saw Kakashi's eye focus on him. Calm down. I don't mean you any harm, he said. Sorry, don't believe you. They were willing to kill me a few hours after I was born. The last time I was in Konoha, I was threatened with death again, Naruto said. Gaara next to him looked at the Cyclops and he popped the crook onto his cord. My friend has asked you to leave, he said low. Tamari had pulled the fans from her back, but had yet to open them. Behind them, they could hear the cannon they met moving closer. Tamari turned. Stay back. This isn't concerning you, she said, and warned. This is our sensei. You fight him, you fight us. Sasuke said, and Tamari saw his eyes. Crap, we have another Sharingan behind us. The one with the duck's ass style hairdo. Gaara turned his body so he could see both the Jonin before them and the Genin coming closer. Stay back, he said. Kakashi-sensei, are you okay? The pink-haired girl asked. Everything is fine, Sakura, Kakashi said as he took another step forward. Stay back, Hatake, you've been warned, Anko asked. He ignored her and continued to approach. He was nearly upon them when Kimimaro approached. You were asked to stay away from Naruto, especially you, Hatake. The leader of the Sound 5 intoned. Kakashi was about to speak when Sasuke leapt towards the Oto Genin. Sasuke, no! Too late, the last loyal Uchiha was caught in a fist made of sand. Gaara had turned to face the Genin once Kimimaro had arrived. Konoha Anbu appeared seconds later. Let him go. A hawk must unboard. No, Gaara said. He attacked the ear of the Otokage and the Jonin there was told to stay away and ignored it. Kimimaro looked at the Konoha Anbu. So this is the famed Anbu my lord was talking about. I'm not impressed. Kakashi looked at the group. Captain, stand down. This is all a misunderstanding. They have the Uchiha. The hawk said. Sasuke got too eager and attacked in a situation that he shouldn't have been involved in. I'm sure our Oto allies will release him, he said looking at the redhead boy. Naruto put a hand on Gaara's shoulder. Toss him. And that's what Gaara did. Sasuke landed several feet away. He rolled to a stop at Sakura's feet, who yelled about the treatment of her teammate, and the Otonin were lucky that he allowed them to catch him. We're headed back to our hotel. Now, Anko said. I'm afraid you and the demon will be detained. On what grounds? Attacking Konoha ninja and disturbing the peace, Naruto nodded. And if I was to disturb the peace, you would know it. Naru-ni-san, stow it. Anko hissed. I'm sorry, you think this concerns any of you, but we are the ones being harassed. Be that as it may, the demon child is coming with us. I don't think so. The Anbu turned and froze, seeing Orochimaru Tsunade standing there with the Hokage. Orochimaru looked at his former teacher. Nothing changed. He hasn't been here, and yet they hate him. He looked at Tsunade, who walked past the Anbu, not stopping looking at her son. You just can't avoid getting into trouble, can you? She said, ruffling his hair. Not my fault, Ka-san. Hatake is persistent in talking me and won't take no for an answer. Tsunade glared at the Konoha Jonin. I told you to stay away from him, Hatake. He shrugged and looked at the boy. Kakashi, report to my office. Sarada said, Anbu, stand down, now! He roared, the last part when it looked like they were going to refuse. Orochimaru, Tsunade, I am sorry about this. We will remain for the exams, old man, Tsunade said, but I am going to make one thing perfectly clear. When an attack on Naruto will result in war, and trust me when I say he made several allies for Oto. Orochimaru nodded. Suna, Iwa, Kiryu all have allied with Oto. Kimimaro, Tsunade said, getting the Otonin's attention. Thank you for being prompt in responding. Hibari said, no need to thank me, my lady. He then turned to look at Naruto and bowed to him. No one shall harm him. Sarada looked at Oto contingent. Suna, Oto, Kiri, Iwa. This has the potential to be a disaster, and the council is demanding that Orochimaru turn Naruto over to Konoha isn't being helped in matters. Link break. The morning of the Chunin exam came around and Kakashi Hatake had been chased off the hotel property several times. He refused to state what he wanted, but he wanted to speak with Naruto alone. Like that's gonna happen, Anko said. The only other commotion had been Anko finding Kin and Haku snuggling up That morning with Naruto, she had ignored Gaara and his teddy bear glaring at her for yelling, and she managed to avoid the shower of sunburn needles from the two girls before she got hold of them by their ears and dragged them out, the whole time lecturing. Stay away from my brother! Naruto was nervous as they approached the academy. His mother was behind his team while Kimamaru was looking out for them. Both refused to allow the teams to wander alone after the incident several days back. Tsunade rant about the stupid console was heard when a messenger had shown up with a scroll demanding Otto to hand over Naruto. Sadly, Naruto heard the messenger was going to be on a liquid diet for the coming month and might be able to sit down within 2 months. Relax, Brad. Tsunade saw his nervous energy. Konoha never changes its exam. The first part will be psychological, the second will be survival, and the third round will be elimination tournament. Stupid, Naruto said, muttered. You thinking of waiting another 6 months and take the exam in Eva? Tsunade asked. Naruto could hear the hopes in his mother's voice. Nope, already put it off, so Gaara and I could team with Kin-chan. Sadger blushed at her teammate's statement. You got your pipes? Tsunade asked. Yes, Mom. Don't take that tone with me, young man. You have several gears sealed in your scrolls. She asked the three Ganins as they walked. Ahead them was Anko's team and behind them was Jiraiya's. Yes, the three said. Gaara, you have your instruments? Tsunade asked. Yes, Lady Tsunade, he said as she saw the scroll on his hip. Ken, I have my flute and the medical packs you prepared for us back at Otogakure, Lady Tsunade, she said. You think you were taking this test, Suhime? Jiraiya said, coming closer. I'm worried, she said, with the scroll from the council and Hataka's insistence at speaking with Naruto. It will be fine, Jiraiya said. Hey Brad, what's up, Bear Pops? Naruto asked. Don't call me that here. At least, Jiraiya said and sighed. You have it right. Yep. Naruto said. Good. Be careful in there, the Totei said. He fell back to be near his team. Kabuto, he spoke slowly. Watch over them. I know Anko's got her team doing it as well, but with the Council of Fools making demands, you think they'll try something during the second part of the exam, the glasses teen said. Yes, also, keep your eye out for Kakashi Hatake. He's been stalking Naruto since we got here. His team has the Uchiha. Orders? Shia handed the scroll to Kabuto. Either seal the Sharingan or eliminate him. As you and the Otokage command, Lord Jiraiya. Kabuto said, pushing his glasses up. Kankura and Dosu nodded, understanding their orders as well. Link break. You're not fooling anyone. Drop the Genjutsu and get out of the way. They heard entering the building. Naruto shook his head. What a dumbass. What you say? The pink-haired girl turned around. I said your boyfriend is a dumbass. The Genjutsu was set up to get rid of the weaker teams. Sasuke turned to see the teenager they saw a couple of days ago. Fight me, he demanded. Naruto and his team ignored him and walked past. Sasuke, pissed at being ignored, reached out to grab Naruto, and another hand grabbed his wrist and squeezed hard. You shall not touch Naruto-sama. A teen said he was wearing white clothes and a black trench coat. He had a red headband, keeping his spiky brown hair out of his eyes. Ryu, don't waste your time on the Konoha trash, Tamari said. Save it for the second part of the exam. Ryu let go of Sasuke with a snap, staggering the Uchiha back. The Konoha getting glared at Oto team moved up to the stairs. Sasuke-kun, Sakura asked, while their team stood there in shock. Above, a pair of eyes with bushy eyebrows looked at the Uchiha and made a decision. Link break. Naruto looked around the team. A lot of teams here. No one I know, he thought. He frowned seeing their three figures, Shadow Society. He thought seeing the black and blue masked figures next to the orange and black figures with the third figure sporting a skull mask. Naruto? Kin was next to him. What's wrong? Scorpion and Sub-Zero are here, he said, gesturing. Who's the skull bearer? She asked. Not sure, but things got more dangerous than we asked for, Naruto said. Pass the word. Avoid them at all cost. Kin nodded while Naruto watched the trio. It's been a couple of years, he thought. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this part of, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out. Peace.